What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to National Wrestling Alliance Review, the show from December 23rd, 2019. And this will be the NWA Powerrr results, obviously. And your commentators, Joe Galley and Stu Bennett, your ring announcer and interviewer, David Marquez, and this edition of NWA Powerrr was basically a Christmas episode. But I'll get to that when we get to the certain segment when we get to it. And just let you know, this is a video review, not a Christmas movie. I'm just saying. But enough stalling. Let's get right into the show. So the show opened up. Obviously, we'll recap what was going on with Nick Aldis, Maury Skrull, Tim Storm, Wild Cards, and Camille. The whole thing. And this is a follow-up. So we get Dave Marquez, first of all, interviewing Trevor Murdoch. And Trevor Murdoch basically let us know that he is now officially part of the NWA roster as he signs a National Wrestling Alliance contract. So welcome aboard to Trevor Murdoch. He's feeling so good. He's feeling that he's on cloud nine. That he's back in the wrestling business, of professional wrestling, in a way. And this is the best platform that he could be in after the WWE. So, the first match we get opened up was. Oh, first of all, remember say this. Also, you had Ziggy Dice and Trevor. Oh yeah, it was Ziggy Dice. Oh, that was with Trevor Murdoch. He says something, basically telling Trevor Murdoch to keep it down because he's overstayed his he's hung over, meant to say, for hanging out with the strippers. Basically, Ziggy Dice saying that. Also we get the Pope, D'Angelo De Niro, formerly known as Elijah Burke from WWE. But the Pope, basically known from being part of, at the time, of TNA, and for a little bit of time of, basically the same company of TNA, where it ends up becoming Impact Wrestling, where at one point it was going to be Global Force Wrestling until Jeff Jarrett fucked that up. But anyways, but the point is, it's the Pope, and he was there. He says, "Let me and my congregations to have our moment," and basically the fans were giving him a huge ovation because of it. So the Pope talks about NWA changing the professional wrestling landscape. Pope is here looking for the superpowers. He's searching for his own Four Horsemen, and I cannot wait to see who's his Four Horsemen. I cannot wait. What the Pope's Four Horsemen that of his own is going to be. And then all of a sudden, Ziggy Dice says, "Hey, what about, I could be one of your Four Horsemen." And the Pope looks at him, and then he walks away. I don't know what that means, but we'll find out soon enough. But yeah, the Pope on commentary with Stu Bennett and Joe Kelly as we get this match between Ricky Starks versus Eddie Kingston in this NWA World Television Championship quarterfinal tournament. That's under the time limit of 6:05, 6 minutes and 5 seconds. Match starts. Match ends up being pretty decent. Ricky Starks goes over on Eddie Kingston, so he advances. He advanced to the tournament. And then all of a sudden, after the Pope was done on commentary, he glares his eyes to Eddie Kingston and then walks off. So I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if Eddie Kingston could be one of his candidates to be one of the Pope's Four Horsemen in NWA. So we have to see how that story develops. It's been announced that NWA Hard Times, the next pay-per-view that's going to be in January, has already sold out. which means it's been a success when they did NWA Into the Fire, and now it's gonna be successful again once they do NWA Hard Times. Also, we get Dave Marquez. He welcomes the Wild Cards. Well, actually, not the entire Wild Cards. It was just Royce Isaac. So Royce Isaac comes out. He comes to the to the desk with an unknown woman, and I think I forgot her name. Oh yeah, this is her name. He introduced her as May Valentine, who is the newest member of the NWA, and says that basically Isaac's whispers something in Marco's ear about what she's about. Take a guess what what's that about? Well, pertains to to a woman like May, to May Valentine. But then James Storm shows up and says that he'll happily take on Isaac. Oh yeah, that's nothing. Isaac was on kind of promo saying that he wants to showcase how much of a singles wrestler he can be. So we get to the match. Well, first of all, Royce Isaac was taking his time. He was stalling. All of a sudden, James Storm had enough. He brings him in the ring. Match happens. Then lasts about 2 minutes because all of a sudden Royce Isaacs just leaves the ring. So we didn't see much of Royce Isaacs of his wrestling. And I was looking forward to see how he can wrestle, how he can manage in the ring without, Thomas Lavender, because basically because they're known as wild cards. So yeah, that's basically it. But James Storm won, and there you go. He won by countout. All right, here we go. Now we get to the part where I feel like it was a Christmas episode. So we get Dave Marquez. He interviews Eli Drake. So Eli Drake brings out a big bottle of champagne. Basically he was having a little bit of the bubbly. But in this case, based on his promo, I guess he was having too much a bit of the bubbly. Too much bit of the bubbly. I guess that's how you could say it. But this is what he said. He says that Christmas time is here and New Year's is just around the corner. New year, new goals. What does that sound like? It sounds like gold. And then Eli Drake keeps going off, but he repeatedly kept saying yeah, and the crowds were going that too. it was interesting. It was very entertaining too. Eli Drake was basically drunk out of his mind. Eli Drake says to Marquez, "You want a drink?" It's like, "No, I'm on the job." And it's like, "Hey, I'm on the job too." Oh my god! And then Drake starts leaving the table with a man and a woman dressed like Santa Claus. And an elf. Basically, the elf was the woman, and Santa Claus was the man. And they started singing this Christmas songs. Also, we get Nick Aldis, Camille, and the Wild Cards coming out. And basically, Nick Aldis goes to Marquez, and he wishes him a happy holiday. And he says, "Boy, oh boy, I am feeling feisty." And then, this is Nick Aldis saying this. And Nick Aldis says, the hands to Wild Cards and Camille's jackets pertains to give them gifts. Because it's from the bottom of his heart. It's the thought that counts. He basically got them gifts. A nice. I think it was an NWA jacket, if I'm not mistaken, with their names on it. I'm pretty sure it was. I can't remember. But Nick Aldis says that everything you have for the last several weeks, you have been perfectly hatched plan. And then addresses Ricky Morton's comments about what happened where Ricky Morton made that comment that Dave Marquez mentioned to him before, and Nick Aldis didn't have time to listen to it until finally he had the time to listen to it. So this is what it was. So he says the only reason any of you are here is because of me. Basically, Nick Aldis saying this, and I built this place. And then also he invites the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson. Basically, Ricky Morton was the one who said those comments about Nick Aldis, representing him being the NWA World Champion. So Nick Aldis says to him, he wants to give Morton an opinion, like to ask one time, please cherish his comments. And then Ricky Morton responds by saying, "Okay, fella, I was asked my opinion and I gave my opinion. You are the world's champion. You train under Harley Race. You said you spent 2 years building this building, this business. We spent our whole life building this business for a long time, more than you have. It's Christmas Eve. You don't have to be a Scrooge. That's Ricky Morty. Ricky Morton. I don't know what I keep saying Morty for. But Morton. Ricky Morton said this. And they got as far as back by threatening him, saying, "You so happen to Tim Storm and James Storm." He's like, "I'll be very careful. I'll open your mouth again." Basically threatening the Rock Roll Express. And that was basically. As we get to Molina, Marty Bell, and Thunder Rosa versus ODB, Ashley Vox, and the NWA Women's World Champion, Allison Kay. And the match happens. It was decent. Nothing that great other than Thunder Rosa's finisher move onto Ashley Vox with the Ambra of Flosion. Let me try this again. The Ambro Flosion. There you go. And she hit it picture perfect too, by the way. Basically killing Ashley Vox in this. So yeah, the match was all right, but other than that, nothing to go back to watch, except for that finisher move that just said about Thunder Rosa. And then because on this match happened, because Thunder Rosa won, Thunder Rosa gets to choose who she wants to face. So basically, you have Dave Marquez asking her who she wants to face, and Thunder Rosa is given is kind of promo about get to the point who she wants to face. And then Molina, she was talking too early, and then Thunder Rosa had look on her face like I'm not finished talking yet. I didn't get to that point. I didn't get to the point of that part yet. Because Molina she botched. Obviously, Molina botched. She didn't wait until to cut off Thunder Rosa until it was time to cut off on Thunder Rosa. So finally, Thunder Rosa finally got to the point, and then Molina says that Thunder Rosa will be facing ODB, and obviously this is going to bring build up more tensions because Thunder Rosa didn't want to choose ODB. I'm pretty sure Thunder Rosa wanted to choose Allison Kay so she could face her for the NWA Women's Championship. Because let's face it, Thunder Rosa right now in NWA represents the women's division. She's killing it. She is doing the absolute best. Meanwhile, Molina, who just got there, and she's been sucking ever since. But yeah, we'll see how that turns out. And I'm pretty sure Molina's gonna get the shot, which is gonna be bullshit. But if she's gonna get that shot, she better work her ass off to pull a good to have a good match against Allison Kay. Because if she wants that belt, because of her shadiness, that with her being all rusty, it's gonna be bullshit. But we'll see how that turns out. So Tim Storm's opponent has been chosen for the next time when NWA Powerrr comes up, or potentially this whole tournament thing, and it ends up being Nick Aldis. Basically randomly chosen from the jar. Oh, by the way, Tim Storm was being accompanied by the Dawsons, so I'm pretty sure the Dawsons are not faces now. I don't know if that's the case. It's not, but whatever. So then Tim Storm says, in the interview, he tells that his mama, Mama Storm, has just turned 95 years old, and folks, for a 95-year-old woman in Mama Storm, she doesn't look like she's 95 to me, which means she's been taking good care of herself over the years. Being there for her son, and know that. But yeah, but nevertheless, happy belated birthday to Mama Storm. She looks amazing, and he cuts a promo more about. He basically recalls a conversation of how long he's been going to keep wrestling, and he says that his mother reminded him how hard work and having something to prove means more than money. And he quotes Dusty Rhodes' famous Hard Times promo by saying, "I'm bad, and they know I'm bad." And he says, "I will be Mama Storm's baby boy until the day I die, but we have something left to prove, and it starts with Nick Aldis." And that was it. Good promo from Tim Storm, and once again, Tim Storm is delivering as being one of the best sympathetic baby faces in pro wrestling history. Seth Rollins. Just saying. We get to Colt Boom Boom Cabana versus the question mark in this NWA TV Championship qualifying match that's under 6 minutes and 5 seconds. 6:05. Match starts, and it's been alright, but the question mark and winning the match with the dope strike. I'm really forgetting what he called it, but anyways. But after the match, you have a promo cut by Aaron Shooter Stevens, should I say Shooter Stevens, who proves that all of the belts. He kept saying that too, by the way, in NWA are why, because we have the power of karate. And then the customer, as always, cuts him up by saying, karate. So there you go, and that's how the show ends with that promo. Now, as far as the wrestling on the show, the Toma wrestling basically, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, 4 matches. Yeah, 4 matches. It was 4 matches. The wrestling wasn't not all great, especially that match that we had with James Storm and Royce Isaac. Not because of James Storm, but because of Royce Isaac. But nothing on the show here. I thought the wrestling wasn't that good. I'm not saying it was bad, but it was just all right. But the show itself, I thought it was a good show. And my favorite moment on the show here was basically Eli Drake with him, he was just having a good time, and he was in the Christmas spirit. But there you go. Probably not that I see the picture of it. The lady was wearing a Christmas, a Santa Claus, should I say, a Mrs. Claus costume, and then you got another guy just like Santa Claus. So there you go. But anyways, my overall rating for the show for NWA Powerrr from December 23rd, 2019, I'm gonna give this one a 6 out of 10. And then after that, we could get back to to NWA picking it back up to to have some good wrestling. And that being said, thank you all for watching for It's Natural Born Driller, or in this case, Natural Born Alliance, saying peace on the streets. For this was your NWA Powerrr results for December 23rd, 2019 for this NWA, or should I say, the National Wrestling Alliance review. Until next time, we'll change to this National Wrestling Alliance review, folks. You all take care.